Hey people, Fernando with another video. Before I go on, remember today 3 p.m. Eastern time. If you wanna hang out a little bit, I'll be live here in the channel 3 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Let's get to this. Now, this is the kind of thing you get often from New York. So you go visit New York, or you're walking around and some lunatic hits you over the head with a baseball bat. Of course, why not? Let's watch this video. There's a few things that, as always, we can learn. So we see the guy, he goes, looks around, covering his face. Boom, back of the head, baseball bat. He goes down. Yo, there you go. He keeps insulting or saying something or threatening. He kind of, it goes on. Now, crazy people in New York? Yeah, who would have thought, right? Now, let's start from the beginning. In terms of awareness, you had an altercation with someone. You know that someone has a grudge against you. I don't think this was completely random. I think that even though the article does not say, they just don't claim to know the specific details, I think it's safe to assume that he's targeting this person for whatever reason. Is that a justification so as to hit someone on the back of the head with a baseball bat? Of course not. But if you are practicing a certain level of awareness, you should know that what is that you do. The kind of stuff that I explain in street survival skills all the time. You look ahead of you, you watch your six. And especially if you had just an altercation with someone that could come rushing from behind and hit you, then that's something you should be specifically aware of. Now, this person's walking, just looking forward with his hands on something. I don't know if it's a bag or in the pockets, but he's not practicing a level of awareness that I would at least be happy with. Something else, we have our assailant here wearing yoga pants and concealing his baseball bat inside his yoga pants and hoodie. So hoodie, mask, anything that covers your identity is something that should make you specifically suspicious. Why is this person doing that? Well, because of made up bullshit? No, because he's trying to conceal who he actually is. Now, whenever you think about complaining about how difficult it is to carry your full-size Glock 17, this guy is concealing his, concealing it poorly, but concealing it nonetheless, a baseball bat in his yoga pants, which I find quite funny. Look, he brings it out. Right, it's a bright orange or bright red yoga pant, and he swings at the back of the head. Boom! That should have been a lethal blow immediately, right? Now, what you see here is that the man is not completely incapacitated. He swung like it was as if it was playing a baseball game, right? He swung at the back of the guy's head, and the guy is now having a conversation with his attacker. What does this tell you? Again, the same thing I explained here, and I even explained it here in Surviving the Economic Collapse. Baseball bats, sticks in general, are not nearly as effective as you may have been led to believe by media, TV, and so on. Can you scare someone with a baseball bat? Can you break someone's fingers, arm? Can you smash someone's head in and kill him? Yes, you can. It is not always the case that you actually achieve that in your first attempt. Now, imagine if this man on the floor had a gun. I would be drawing and putting rounds into this man that just tried to kill me. So, it is not as effective as sometimes people think. Any kind of stick, bat, better than nothing? Yeah. Can you use it in certain ways? Yes. Knowledge helps? Yes. Martial arts involving stick fighting, is that useful? Of course. All of this, fantastic. It is not a gun, and it's even not a knife. A knife, if he had stabbed this guy in the back, this man would be bleeding to death on the floor and would require immediate medical attention so as to survive. I mean, he could very well die, given that he was bashed in the back of the head with a baseball bat. He may have a terrible concussion, and he may be bleeding or have something that's going to be creating, an internal bleeding that creates pressure in his skull, and he dies anyway. But it's not something that immediately incapacitates the victim in this case. All of those are lessons we can learn from. Folks, that's going to be all for now. Remember, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to have a bit of a interaction there, conversation, if you have any questions, or if you just want to hang out a bit and talk about ongoing events and a couple of topics that I have in mind, see you then. Take care.